Hello everyone, this is James Liu from Liu Strength and Therapy, and in this video, we'll be breaking down the conventional deadlift along with some common mistakes with their fixes. Before we start, I want to make a note that depending on your anatomy, specifically your torso and limb length, that we are all designed to deadlift differently. This means that some of us may be slightly more upright than others, whereas some individuals may prefer to start with their hips slightly higher as well. Understand that the steps and cues in this video are considered to be generalized and are what I found are the easiest cues to teach my clients to deadlift. The very first step in a deadlift is to find the perfect stance along with finding the right distance from the shin to the barbell. I recommend having your feet shoulder width apart with the feet neutral or slightly rotated outwards. The barbell should be covering where the shoelaces of a shoe would end if you were to look down. The second step is to create a strong and stable grip on the barbell. It is important to note that before you start this step, that there should be minimal knee bending, as bending the knees too much can push the barbell away from you. Depending on your mobility and goals, the grip style can also change. As a general rule, I prefer to utilize a double overhand grip by having my thumbs on the beginning of the knurling and stretching my hands outwards to find my grip. The third step is to bend both knees until the shin slightly touches the barbell. This will properly load the quadriceps along with the glutes to ensure that the lower back will not take all the stress. The fourth step is to lift the chest upwards towards the ceiling and distributing your weight back onto your heels. This will naturally lower the hips and neutralize any excessive rounding of the spine. This step also helps remove slack from the barbell and limits any jerking of the barbell when being lifted off the ground. The next step is to simply stand up while keeping the barbell as close to you as possible. Be sure to keep the body strong and tight while standing up. To safely lower the barbell after you completed the repetition, be sure to follow these steps. Begin by gently bending both knees to unlock the knees. Reach your butt backwards as if you were sitting on a chair while keeping the barbell close to the thighs at all times. Once the barbell has reached your knee level, simply bend your knees again until the barbell reaches the floor. Some key points to keep in mind during the deadlifts are to keep the lats tight by imagining tucking your shoulder blades into your back pocket. Be sure to also avoid any jerking and or ripping of the barbell off the ground, as this can result into serious injury. Lastly, avoid dropping the barbell after you have finished locking out. A repetition of a deadlift is only completed once the barbell has traveled upwards and has been lowered to the floor. On to the common mistakes. The first common mistake in a deadlift is simply hyperextending the lower back. This is usually caused from pushing the hips excessively forward to lock out and can result in the knees rebending and adding unwanted stress on the structures of the lower back. To correct this, simply think about pulling the barbell towards your hips opposed to pushing your hips through the barbell. The second common mistake is rounding of the spine and lower back when the barbell is being lifted off the ground. This is usually a result in poor motor control along with not properly engaging the muscles that should be recruited. To correct this, focus on step 4 by lifting the chest up towards the ceiling, which helps neutralize the spine and lowering the hips. This will also allow the quadriceps to engage off the ground and minimize any rounding of the spine. The last common mistake is looking upwards and hyperextending the head and neck. This is usually resulting from attempting to keep the chest up. While looking upwards may help you become more upright, it would also cause unwanted stress in the neck and upper back. To correct this, focus on keeping the head and neck neutral and relative to the torso throughout the entire range of motion of the deadlift. If you enjoyed the video, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you have any questions related to the video, please leave a comment down below and we'll do our best to answer them. See you guys next time.